So, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. So, students, last time we have done the projection of planes. The case when we were talking about the EGD lecture, which was done on a drawing book. In that, we have done the projection of planes last time, and a few problems also we have done. We have seen in that case. Now today we'll be starting with the projection of solids. So projection of solids is just the extension of the projection of planes. And here, in the case of the projection of planes, when we talk, it is only the 2D. But when we talk about the projection of solid, it becomes 3D. So we'll be doing here the projection of solids. So I'll just share my presentation. Let me know that whether you are able to see it or not. Okay. So a few things are there which we'll be discussing, and then at the last we'll be seeing a numerical based on that. So are you all able to see my screen? Yes, come on, students. Perfect. So so this is the projection of solids what we'll be seeing here. Let's have a look what it is there in this particular this presentation or this particular lecture. So the very first thing is in this we'll be studying about the projection of solid, and later on we'll just section it. We'll just make a cut to that particular plane, and how it is being seen after a cutting, that will be seen in the case of a section of solid. And after then we'll be having a DLS. DLS is something which is development of lateral surface. So any solid which is being cut, if I want to open that particular solid, then how it will be seen. Like an example, if the cylinder is there and if the cylinder is to be opened, it seems to be like a what do you say, rectangle. Okay, rectangle having a length which is higher, which is huge, and the height of the rectangle will be similar to the height of the cylinder. In the case when we talk about the cone, so cone, what do you mean by cone? So ice cream ka cone, you all are knowing. If that cone, if I want to remove it, then it will create a fence, kind of fence. For you might have seen it as a kind of like quarter circle, or more than even a quarter circle, but not a semicircle, kind of like that. So that will be something what will be seen when we will open the cone. So that is all something what we are seeing in the case of a DLS, development of lateral surface. Now in the case of a projection of solid, we'll see different types. One is prism, next is pyramid. And in the case of a pyramid, we'll see about the rectangle, triangle, and then we'll see the pentagon and hexagon for the case of a pyramid. Where we'll talk about the cylinder, and then we'll talk about the cones. So let's have a look what it is all about. In this, talking about the prerequisite, in the prerequisite, you should know, or you should have the understanding of principles of projection of points, lines, and planes, which is already there with you because it is already the topic is done. Dimensioning, you should know how to dimension, and the line work. So the line work, how the dark line, light line, center line, hidden line. So the zigzag line, all the type of line, visible line, continuous line, these all lines you should be aware. So in this module 1, what we have talked about was introduction to EGD, projection of points, lines, and planes, and then we have done with an orthographic projection. Now in this, we are having some key notations. Here somewhere they will talk about AIP. So what is this AIP? AIP is an auxiliary inclined plane, and AVP auxiliary vertical plane. Anything which is being inclined in the case of a horizontal, any plane which is inclined to horizontal plane will be considered to be as an auxiliary inclined plane. And any the plane which is being inclined to vertical plane is said to be an auxiliary vertical plane. So you can see here, this is your HP and VP. And in this case, when we talk about, it is the plane is inclined at an angle of theta. Similarly here, this plane is inclined at an angle of phi. So that is something what we are talking about, an auxiliary inclined plane, so auxiliary inclined plane where the plane is inclined to HP. Okay, and you can see here that the plane is perpendicular to VP. I'll show you how it is perpendicular. So perpendicularness is in this way. You can see like this way. Yes, your perpendicular. Okay, like this it is perpendicular. So that we are talking about perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP. In similar way, when we talk about auxiliary vertical plane, so auxiliary vertical plane is inclined to HP but perpendicular to VP. You can see here in this way. It is perpendicular. Or you can talk about like this also. So perpendicular. So that what we are talking about here as in perpendicularity of this HP and perpendicularity of VP, inclined of HP and inclined of VP. Yeah. So this is AVP, which is perpendicular to HP and inclined to VP. Now, okay. So if you have any doubt in it only, you can just ask me the question. I'll just reply to back to you by raising the hand, or simply you just put it in a chat box. I'll just take care of it. So next is your different types of solids. So what are the different types of solids? So different types of solids are few, right? Regular solids. Regular solids in the sense we are having the tetrahedron, we are having a cube, we are having a prism, we are having a pyramid. Now, if you talk about what do you mean by prism, pyramid, cube, tetrahedron, cube, so everyone knows. Prism is something what you can talk about. We'll discuss in here actually, but let me tell you that as well. Prism is some object where the top portion of the object is similar to the bottom portion. Like an example, if there is a triangle at the top portion and the triangle at the bottom portion, that is said to be a triangular prism. I'll give an example. Suppose that there is a square. This is a square. And at the bottom also, there is a square. Like this. So at the bottom also, you are having a square. And at the top also, you are having a square. Such type of things are said to be as a square prism. This comes square prism. The shapes are being already discussed later on in the slides, but I'll tell you this. So it's from square prism building. In similar way, if you talk about here, there is a triangle and here there is a triangle, it becomes a triangular prism. If there is a pentagon here and if there is a pentagon here, it becomes a pentagonal prism. Like that way we are talking about. Okay, so that is pentagonal prism or hexagonal prism or square prism anyway. Talking about the pyramid, when you talk about a pyramid, you have already seen, you have already aware of that. What do you mean by pyramid? So yeah, it is very similar to what you have talked about or learned about earlier in history, Egypt ka pyramid. So the pyramid is this. Yes, ISKCON pyramid बोलेंगे. So square pyramid. Similarly, if the base is pentagon, so pentagonal pyramid. If the base is triangle, it becomes triangular pyramid. If the base is hexagon, hexagonal pyramid. In this way, it will keep on changing. Okay, so pyramid seems to be in this form. Cube, you are already aware of. Tetrahedron. Tetrahedron is like three sides you are having a triangle. Okay, like let's suppose that I am just taking this as a triangle. Yes. So यहाँ पर two triangle and here also as a triangle. So you can see here it is all sides you have a triangle. I'll show you the different color if you want to. देखो ये भी एक triangle है. This triangle, ये भी एक triangle है. And at the base side also there is a triangle. Four side in fact, four side will be triangle. So that is something tetrahedron. Okay. So yeah, so it is four side triangle and all are of same types. Okay. So same size, same area. They all have the same area. That is a tetrahedron. So we'll see in the diagram. So tetrahedron, cube, and prism and pyramid. Now coming to next is solid of revolution. Solid of revolution is your cone and cylinder. cone and cylinder. When you talk about a cone and cylinder, why we talk about a solid of revolution? Solid of revolution because if you take a triangle, okay, if you take a triangle and if you revolve this via this as an axis, ये axis के above you revolve this whole this portion, तो ये आपको इस तरीके से बनेगा, है ना? So when it will make in this way, it becomes what it becomes a cone. ये आपके लिए cone बन जाता है, and that is why it is said to be as a solid of revolution. So it becomes a cone. So 90-degree right angle triangle, if it is being rotated about this about its one of the side axis, then it becomes what? Cone. Now coming to a cylinder. When we talk about a cylinder, cylinder is something a plane. We simply take a plane. Now this plane is to be rotated about this point. When the plane is being rotated about this point, what will happen? There will be a this portion, and similarly here also this one, and then it creates a cylinder. So that is all what we talk about as a solid of revolution. So I hope it is clear to everyone about the cone and the cylinder. Now we'll see little deeply that what are the different types of what are the different terms being used in the cone, pyramid, prism, tetrahedron, cylinder, and all. So that we'll see little later. Just go with the slide. Okay, so now see, this is the important part now. These terms, students, you are supposed to remember, because based on these terms only the problem will start, and you should be able to understand. You should be able to create that particular figure in your mind. That okay, this will be in this format. So if I talk about a square prism, so square prism, the portion which is at the top is said to be the top face. It is said to be a cylinder, can also be called as a circular prism. No, no, it can't be said as a circular prism. Circular prism नहीं आता, ठीक है? So prism जो है वो circular में नहीं आता. It is not curvaceous part, ठीक है? So if I'll talk about so the top face, what we are talking about is square prism में ये जो face होगा उसको हम बोलेंगे top face. ठीक है, उसको हम बोलेंगे टॉप फेस, FACE, टॉप फेस, एंड द पोर्शन विच इज एट द बॉटम, ये पोर्शन को बोला जाएगा बॉटम फेस. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, ये जस्ट यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल एंड सिंपली प्लीज इफ पॉसिबल राइट इट डाउन समवेयर. दैट विल बी लिटिल हेल्पफुल फॉर यू to understand. ये जो bottom का portion is from the bottom face. Okay. Next is you have the portion which is present here. ठीक है, so ये वाला portion को हम बोल रहे हैं triangular face. Sorry, rectangular face. ठीक है. Portion is said to be the rectangular face. इसको rectangular face बोलते हैं. तो if I talk about a square prism, how many rectangular face it has? Can anyone put it in the chat and let me know? How many rectangular face it has? Four, yeah, four. One is here, two is here, three उसके पीछे और four उसके पीछे. Yeah. So four rectangular faces we are having for the case of a square prism. अब next सुन लो. Next ये जो line है, this line, ये line, ये line, ये line, ये line. These lines are said to be as a base edges या edge of base. ठीक है, वो लाइंस को हम बोलेंगे एज ऑफ बेस. याद रखना, बेस एजेस या एज ऑफ बेस. कीप इट इन माइंड, बेस एजेस या फिर एज ऑफ बेस. आफ्टर देन दीज पॉइंट्स, ये जो है ना, ये पोर्शन, फिर ये इधर, सिमिलरली इधर एंड सिमिलरली हियर. सो ये जो 4 पॉइंट्स है, that are said to be the corners. Even this will also be said as the corners. इसको बोलेंगे corners. याद रखो ये सब. ठीक है, ये terms, ये जो create हुआ है ये सब इसको बोलेंगे corners. ठीक है, corners को corner of base बोल रहे हैं, but basically the corners. ठीक है, everyone just keep it in mind. वो corners है, सारे point edge corners जो है वो हम उसको बोल रहे हैं corners of the square prism. So with this, I hope it is clear. Now one more thing. ये आपका जो नीचे वाला था वो था edge of base या base edges. These are said to be as a these are said to be as a edge. Only edge, only edge. सिर्फ edge की बात किया तो you have to think about this. ठीक है, only edges. सिर्फ edge की एक इधर भी रहेगा. So only edge की बात किया तो these all are edges. ठीक है, longer edge या edge की बात कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ edge. If they are talking about base edges, then keep it in mind these are the sides. याद रखना, this is little important, little confusing. Now the line which is passing from inside, ये जो बीच में पास हो रहा है line, ये इधर से लेके इधर तक रहेगा. Yes, like this. वो axis होगा. It is your axis. ठीक है, that is your axis. Okay. Edge of top is called base edges. The edge of top, it will be again base edges. Base edges, it is being said because it is being lying on that edge. Okay. So when we are talking about, we will you'll be able to understand at the time when we are talking about it is lying on one particular surface on one particular side. Okay. So either it will be lying on this face, ये वाला edge पे lie करेगा या तो ये वाले edge पे lie करेगा. मतलब basically I am talking about the top face का edge होगा या तो bottom face का edge होगा. So if top face का edge है तो भी it will be coming ground on ground itself. Okay, so top face automatically will become a bottom face. So it is always said to be as a base edge. Why the name longer edge can be just right edges? Yeah, it is actually the edges. Go with the edges only. Okay, we go with the edges itself. Okay. Now coming to the next. Next is your square pyramid. See, this is again an important part. Now here, once again, these are the corners. ये corners. ठीक है बच्चों, ये सब corners. सब corners. ये corner नहीं है. Keep it in mind. ये corner नहीं है. This is apex. This is apex. याद रखना. That is not corner. It is apex. It is apex. Now, in this particular thing, again these lines are base edges. Okay, this is particular, this blue color portion is set to be the base. These inclined line जो यहाँ पे edges था वो यहाँ पे slant edge होगा. जो यहाँ पे edges था, ठीक है, longer edge बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो whatever we are saying here edges, here it will be set to be as a slant edge. Keep it in mind, slant edge. यहाँ पे आपको रेक्टेंगुलर फेस मिल रहा था, यहाँ पे ट्राइंगुलर फेस मिलेगा. सो कितने ट्राइंगुलर फेस हो गए इसमें स्क्वायर पिरामिड में? हाउ मेनी ट्राइंगुलर फेस यू हैव? Yeah, perfect. So four triangular face you have it, as it is having a four sides. So four triangular face you'll be having, and at the bottom, so at the center, from the center, it will be passing till the apex. Axis will pass. ठीक है, एक्सिस क्या है? वो यहाँ पे एक लाइन है जो इस लाइन से ओवरलैप हो रहा है. देन वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी, बट यहाँ पे एक्सिस है जो यहाँ तक पास हो रहा है, एपेक्स तक पास हो रहा है. दैट इज योर एक्सिस. Okay, now coming to the next is yes, we have a this is a cylinder and this is a cone. ये सिलेंडर है, ये कोन, ये बेस है. This is also base. ये apex, यहाँ पे apex नहीं है. This is the axis which is from the center. This is the axis which is forming from the center. Now, cylinder, when you see a cylinder, when you see, so axis will always be vertical. Yes, axis will always be vertical. Axis is from the center of the square till the apex, right? Yes, correct. Next is when you talk about a cylinder. When you see your bottle, water bottle. Do you find any sharp edges, any sharp lines? It is completely smooth, no? It is completely smooth. When you talk about that, the, yeah. So when you consider this portion, yeah, इसमें कहीं पे भी sharp edge दिख रहा है आपको? Are you able to see anywhere a line? No. So you are not able to see a line. Why is it so? Because it is being made up of infinite number of lines. Can you consider in that way? It is being made up of infinite number of lines. So once it is being made up of infinite number of lines, the lines are kept so close that you are not able to see it as a lines. You are being able to see it as a surface. Such type of lines, such type of lines are said to be as a generator. ये देखो ये lines दिख रहे हैं ना जो आपको यहाँ पे, actually वो lines present नहीं है, वो आपको सिर्फ information दे रहे हैं that it is said to be as a generator. उसको हम बोल रहे हैं generator. Similarly, such type of lines you will be seeing in the case of the cone. Cone में भी आपको ये सब दिखेगा बच्चा, है ना? Cone में भी आपको ये सब दिखेगा. तो cone में भी you will be having the different types of generators. In the cone also you will be having different types of generators, and that type of generators are being used for the case of the cylinder as well as the cone. Generator may be very close or overlapping. No, it is very close. It is very close. Overlapping wala case nahi. Are there generators in square pyramid? No. Generators are not placed in the any other type of solids other than cylinder and a cone. Okay, other than cylinder and a cone. Okay, so other than cylinder and a cone, you don't have a generator anywhere else. Okay, generators will always be present in the this cylinder as well as cone. Okay. Now coming to the next part. Yeah, this. You can see here triangular pyramid, square pyramid, pentagonal pyramid, hexagonal pyramid. Whereas triangular prism, square prism, pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism. I've told you that top face and the bottom face, if it is similar, it becomes a prism. And if the apex is present and at the bottom there is some regular shape, then it becomes that type of pyramid. So if the triangle is there, it becomes triangular pyramid, square to square pyramid, pentagon to pentagonal pyramid, hexagon to hexagonal pyramid. Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone. Yeah. Now, see, this is the thing what we are having cylinders. So these two lines are actually not present in the cylinder. They are not being present in the cylinder. You know? We are not able to see any sharp line. But what we are giving is these two lines are said to be as a generators, and these are said to be as a farthest generator. इसको हम बोलते हैं farthest generator. So circle also doesn't have sharp edges, so it should also have a generator. Okay, circle is a 2D shape or a 3D shape? Yes, the way circle is a 2D shape or a 3D shape. So 2D तो हम discuss ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो 3D discuss कर रहे हैं. Got it? So we are talking about the 3D. Okay. Similarly, when you talk about a cone, so cone will also have the two farthest generator. Okay. Cone will also have the two farthest generator. Now, similarly, what about the sphere? I know. Sphere. Sphere is something which is made up of number of curved generators. Okay, made up of number of curved generators. If you draw a circle and circle को आप rotate करते हो 360 degree, then it creates a sphere, isn't it? Yes or no? If you draw a circle and then rotate the circle into 360 degree, it will create a sphere. So they are having a curved, this curved lines. So basically that curved lines are not to be said as a generator, because generator is something which is a straight line. But you can say like it is the curved lines which are being made up of it. So there is no such name being given for the sphere. Okay, there is no such name given. Okay. Now coming to next is yeah, only one position in which cylinder or a cone may be placed with its base on HP. Students, now you have to थोड़ा सा recollect करो क्या हो सकता है. Only one position in which a cylinder or a cone may be placed with its base on HP. When you talk about a base on HP, like if I talk about it this way, this is my vertical and this is my horizontal. Okay. On this horizontal plane, you have to place your cylinder or a cone in such a way that its base should be lie on HP. If its base should lie on HP, then there is a condition that the cylinder you keep it in this way. ऐसा आप रखिए तो ही आपका होगा, है ना? This is only the condition where you can make it in this way. Similarly for the cone के लिए भी आप ऐसे ही रखना पड़ेगा. Then only it will be placed this way. ठीक है? So you just understand this how it is seen. See, this is the case. So present what I was drawing was being similar to this. फिर से ड्रॉ करके बताता हूँ. ऐसा ऐसा. Yeah, this. In this, what I have drawn was I have drawn like this. Yes, sir. And in this, ऐसे रखा. So when the observer is standing here, the observer है, when he will see, what he will be able to see in the case of VP. VP में क्या दिखेगा उसको? VP में he will be able to see a rectangle. Yes or no, बच्चों? Yeah, he'll be able to see a rectangle. When you see from a top view, what he'll be able to see? He'll be able to see a circle. That is something what is given here. Okay, so that is something what is given here. In similar way, for the cone as well. Cone में आपको from the front you'll be able to see a triangle, and from the top you'll be able to see a circle. So this is the circle and this is the triangle what I mentioned. VP में straight line दिखेगा ना? VP में straight line. हाँ तो दिख रहा है ना? Cone में बीच में एक point भी दिखेगा. So it is seen ना? See here. It is seen here. It is seen when okay. VP में straight line. हाँ, no worries. So Aradhya, I think so it is seen. Aradhya, आपको दिख रहा है वो? Okay. Okay, fine, no issues. So that is something what is mentioned in the case of the these two figures, these two particular questions. We'll move further. Four position of a prism placed with its base on HP. Four position of prism placed with its base on HP. Yeah. Does sphere have two apex? How come? Sphere has no apex. Sphere doesn't have any apex. Yeah. So four position, देखो यहाँ पे four position. What is that four position? The first position can be in this form. Okay. You consider it like in front of you there is a vertical plane. Okay. You consider in front of you there is a vertical plane, and just the surface on which you are sitting or on the table you are having in front of you is a horizontal plane. So the triangular prism, in what different ways you can keep it? So one, you can keep it such that it's this one of the vertex, the sharp vertex is in front of you. So this is one of the method. The next method is you can keep it in this way. Okay. Third method is you can keep it little tilted. And the fourth method is you can keep that sharp vertex away from you. You are standing away from, then keep it in this way. Yes or no? So these are the four conditions where you can keep it in this way. Yes or no, bachcho? I'll show you if you want to here once again. Yeah, no issues. So this way, this is the ऐसा दिया हुआ, तो आपके पास ऐसे रखा जाएगा। तो एक ऐसे रखा गया, and in another way these all positions what we are having. So ये आपको समझना कैसे, वो देखो, when you are seeing from here, are you able to see this point? Yes, so that means this line is there. Are you able to see this point? Yes, so this line is there. Are you able to see this point? Yes, so this line is there. ये हो गया आपका. Similarly, coming to this, when you are standing, when you are seeing from here, what is happening? You are able to see this. Yes, this. You are able to see this point. Yes, we can see this. This line, this point is overlapping with this point, so only one line will be there. Okay. Next, starting seen from here, you are able to see this. Yes, so we can make this line. You are able to see this also. We can make this line, and similarly, you are able to do this also. So this will also be in a similar dark fashion what the others are. ये भी उतना ही डार्क होगा जितना रेस्ट और अलग अलग होती है। अभी कटिंग है, जितना ये डार्क है उतना ही ये भी डार्क होगा, इतना भी ये डार्क. Why? Because these all are possible visible lines. Okay. Now when you see from here, what is happening? So you are able to see this? Yes. So we are able to see draw here. When you are able to see this? Yes, we are able to see this. But when we are seeing from here, when we are seeing from here, are you able to see this? So the answer is no. We are not able to see this. So based on that, if no, then we will be able to draw here a hidden line. We'll be making a hidden line. Simply we'll be making a hidden line. ठीक है बच्चों? Sir, all four positions बनाना होगा? नहीं, it is not बनाना होगा. If you are making it, then it is much better. But if you are not making it, still you have to understand. The major thing is you have to understand each and every point. Understanding is very important because you should be any one of the case can come in your problem, in your numerical. Okay, any one of the case can come. So at that time you should be able to visualize. You should be able to predict that how the things will be placed. Fourth में the see, when you are seeing from here, you are able to see this portion. ये portion दिख रहा है ना? ये portion दिख रहा है. Okay, तो वो dark बना दिया. ये पोर्शन दिख रहा है. ओके, वो भी डार्क बना दिया. बट व्हेन यू आर सीइंग फ्रॉम हियर, ये तो नहीं दिख रहा है ना? दिस वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी. So that still but it is present, so we are making a hidden line out there. So I hope yeah, it is fine. Okay, so let's move further. Four position of a triangular pyramid. तो अभी हमने प्रिज्म देखा था, अब पिरामिड देख लेते हैं. Placed with it, so see once again the same procedure. Only वहाँ पे एपेक्स पे नहीं था, यहाँ पे सब एपेक्स पे कनेक्ट हो रहा है. ठीक है, ओनली सब यहाँ पे एपेक्स पे कनेक्ट हो रहा है. यू कैन सी हियर. सो सेकंड एंड थर्ड पोजीशन में क्या फर्क है? सेकंड एंड थर्ड पोजीशन इज लिटिल टिल्टेड. यू कैन सी हियर. दिस इज straight line. You can see here, see this line is straight horizontal, but this line is not straight, it is tilted. So ये वाला केस is similar to the previous case, but यहाँ पे सिर्फ apex add किया है. ठीक है ना? Only apex is added. यहाँ पे फिर से जो है वो hidden line किसका है? This is the question. Because we are seeing from. So, are you able to understand? Yes, anyone has any doubt related to this? Good. So that was all what we were having for this. Let's move next. Cylinder and cone having its base resting on VP. ये बहुत important है देखना. Resting on VP with the point of base on HP. The cylinder and cone is resting on vertical plane such that one of the point of a base is lying on HP. It's in this one. आपको 3D में बताता हूँ. इस तरीके से. और if I'm talking about a cylinder, so this one. इस तरीके से रहेगा. But because axis is perpendicular to vertical, axis is perpendicular to vertical, resting on VP with the point of base on HP. So one of the point is there on the HP and it is resting on V. That can be one of the method where you can place it. Inclined cone जो है वो रखेंगे तो base will not rest ना. The whole base should rest. I think so. Vinay, it is clear now. The base should rest. The complete base should be there on the VP. That is what. So let's have the question. So cone के लिए ऐसे रहेगा and cylinder के लिए placing to be like this. Okay. Cylinder के लिए in this way it will be, and for cone it will be in this portion. Okay. Perfect. So let's move next. Prism placed with their axis perpendicular to VP in 3 different positions. Just see this and tell me that whether you understood it or not, so that I can accordingly explain it. Everyone. कौन से साइड से देख रहे हैं ऊपर साइड you are not seeing see upper side and right side this is not there. You have to be very careful that whatever comes above xy line is VP. Okay? You have to see in this way. Above xy line is VP and below xy line there is an HP. So abhi when you are keeping this any type of arrangement, then you have to see that the axis should be perpendicular to VP. So whatever you are keeping, if I suppose that I am keeping this way, like this, sorry, this one, this way, and this way. ऐसे रखते हैं. ठीक है. अभी in this case, what will happen? यहाँ से प्रोजेक्शन इसका आई एम मेकिंग अ दिस कंप्लीट प्रिज्म ऐसा होगा, ये ऐसा इधर होगा, ये इधर, ये इधर, ये इधर, ये इधर, और फिर ये। I'll just show you this that see यहाँ पर भी आपको ऐसे प्रिज्म मिल रहा है एंड यहाँ पर भी प्रिज्म, गॉट इट। और ये इसको कनेक्ट है, ये इसको कनेक्ट है, ये इसको connect है। I hope you are getting it. So when you see from the top, you'll be able to see this. But when you see from a front, you'll be able to see this. My question is that we are seeing from HP plane, right? As we used to. Yes, yes, we will always be in that way. The observer is standing here and seeing it. We understand, like, yeah, no worries. So the observer will be standing there itself, wherever the position of the observer is, he will be standing there. So now the question they are talking about that in what different ways the prism can be placed such that its axis is perpendicular to the plane. So this is one of the case where the axis is how the axis is ऐसा axis है. The axis perpendicular. If I am keeping the whole term in this way, like I'll show you. The whole term, if I'm keeping it in, I'm keeping it in this way. ऐसा, ऐसा, this, this, and keep it up. What we will do is we'll make our line. So इसको भी ऐसे, 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 ऐसे. And then basically this line, this line, this line, this line. I'll show you this. I'm able to see in this one. So प्रोजेक्ट करने के बाद कौन सी लाइन डार्क करना है? That I'll explain you. That is not a big deal. I'm just right now explaining you that what are the things you are able to see and what are the things you are not able to see. Yeah, visualize. I'm just developing a visualization, student. That is little very important part. I'm just trying to develop the visualization. But what happens generally, like every time when the EGD gets over, student have the confusion that sir को दिख रहा था but मुझे नहीं दिख रहा था. So that should not happen. Okay, when this will happen, then it is of no use. So you should also see the same way how I am seeing it. So and because when you are making it in exam, you have the clear thought, that how it is to be drawn. So we are just trying to develop a visualization that this way, if it is there, are you able to see this? This way it is there, so are you able to see this? That is the major case. Okay, that was the two cases what we have discussed. Similarly, the third case also in the same way, where we'll be able to see this portion. अभी ये कहाँ से दिख रहा है? तो देखो, हाँ, किसी ने पूछा मुझे कहाँ से देखना है, ठीक है? So it is just the what you say, the way of drawing, ठीक है? It's a thumb rule kind of, we can say. If I am suppose that seeing from here, so this I am able to see. That's why I'm making a direct line. This I'm able to see, that's why I'm making a dark line. This I'm able to see, that's why I'm making a dark line. I'm not able to see this point and this point. So these two lines will be a hidden line. These two lines will be a hidden line. Similarly, in this case, when you're seeing from here, you're able to see this. Okay, we have made. We're able to see this. Okay, we have made. You're able to see this also. We have made it. You're able to see this. So we have made this. We are not able to see this point. So that point will become what? Okay. Then that way we can project it. At the same time, यहाँ से देखेंगे तो ये दिख रहा है, ये दिख रहा है. So these two lines are back. ये दिख रहा है, ये दिख रहा है. तो these two lines are back. ये नहीं दिख रहा, so hidden line. ये hidden line. Is it clear, everyone? Everyone, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Yeah. Still, if you have students any doubt, you can come to the college and then you can ask the things. Okay, so not to worry about it. There is some limitations with the this offline and online. So if still you are not able to understand, you can come and you can ask it. It will be made clear. Okay. So pyramid placed with their axis perpendicular to VP. And similarly, what we have done in the case of the prism, similarly there will be a pyramid because here there will be an apex. You can see once again, this is to be drawn, this is to be drawn, this is to be drawn. There are three things done. Now, what about this? So hidden line. What about this? So hidden line. Okay. Similarly, for this you can also think, and this also you can think. So let me know once you are done with it. Okay, so in the third figure, they are talking about that these two lines, ये जो line है और ये जो line है, they are being kept in such a way that it is equally inclined. तो गलती से उधर चला गया. This is equally inclined. ठीक है, ईशा? So it is just explaining that it is kept in such a way that it is equally inclined with the horizontal surface. That is the case. Okay, so I hope it is done now. Everyone, is it clear? Okay. So let's move further. Yeah. So this is the another case. Whenever it is said that the system, what do you say, the pyramid is standing on HP, on its base. It seems to be like this. The front view will be seems to be like this. And if the question says that standing on the base in such a way the axis is perpendicular to HP. So see, the axis is perpendicular to the HP. Okay, as well as parallel to VP. So it is parallel to VP also because axis is a line, it is not a plane. Okay, axis is a line, it is not a plane. So once it is not a plane, so if I'm making simply a line like this way, so that line is perpendicular to horizontal plane. It is perpendicular to horizontal plane, but it is parallel to VP. Okay, so that is something what is mentioned. Next is resting on HP on one of its base circle. So considering to be it is a cone. So in the case of a cone, it will be resting on HP. See, this is the plane which is resting on HP. So there is a corner. Sorry, there is no such corner. They are talking about one point. So on the base circle. So base circle in the sense they are talking about this is a circle and circle का कोई भी एक point. It is lying on HP. In that case, they have mentioned axis is inclined to HP. So this axis is inclined to HP. Axis inclined. But at the same time, it is parallel to V. Axis is ऐसे रखा हुआ suppose. ठीक है, तो ये देखो ये parallel है ना इसका. Parallel है ना like this. It is parallel. So that is something which is mentioned in the case of the second. Next is the lying on HP on one of its end generator या one of its generators. So this is the ये जो side का line है, this line वही तो generator होता है, तो it is lying on that. And then axis is inclined to HP. The axis is inclined to HP. Axis inclined to HP को और पैरेलल टू VP भी है. अभी मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया. अगर ये में से ऐसे इंक्लाइन से रखा है तो दिस विल बी पैरेलल. ये पैरेलल होगा इसको. So that is the way how it is being parallel. ये incline line जो है पैरेलल टू VP होगा. Now similarly standing on VP on its base axis perpendicular to VP parallel to HP. Similar portion. ये जो HP में बताया था वही अब VP में बता रहे हैं. ठीक है students, just go through it. Anywhere you are not able to understand, please ask so that I can just connect it with you. Both the cases देख लो. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है anywhere you are not able to understand, please let me know. So is it clear to everyone? All the cases. The above portion, whatever is there, is all about the front view. The below portion, whatever is there, is all about the top view. The above portion is all about the axis is perpendicular to HP. The below portion is all about the axis is perpendicular or inclined to V. Perfect. Let's move next. So this is the question what we are having in the case of the solids. हमको solids में ऐसे case आएंगे. So देखिए क्या है. A pentagonal pyramid has a corner on its base on HP. Corner of its base. This is off. A pentagonal pyramid has a corner of its base on HP with the triangular face opposite to it inclined at 30 degrees to the HP. Okay? And a slant edge within that triangular face inclined at 45 degrees to VP with the apex towards the observer. Draw the projection of pyramid if edge of base is 30 mm and axis is 65 mm long. ये न्यूमेरिकल में आपको मैं बताता हूँ एक एक चीज की मुझे कैसे समझा कि ये यहीं पर आएगा. ठीक है. So let's have a look one by one. First I have drawn the XY line. XY line का length will be random. and after then I'll just draw the pentagon. Okay, ठीक है. Now the question can come that सर आपको ये कैसे मालूम पड़ा. अभी इधर से शुरू करते. ठीक है. सबसे पहले the very first thing is, sir, how you got to know that the pentagon should be below xy line. ठीक है. सबसे पहली चीज below xy line. अब मुझे एक चीज बताओ बच्चों, that if suppose that I'm keeping anything in this as a year plane. ठीक है. ये plane, the pentagonal pyramid has a corner of its base on the HP. देखो on the HP बोला है. अगर on the HP, if something is kept on the HP, a pentagonal pyramid, तो पेंटागन का बेस जो है वो HP पे ही रहेगा ना. Yes or no? फटाफट, I need your just acceptance फटाफट. If you have any doubt, you can ask it. So if the pentagon is on HP, तो पेंटागन तो HP पे ही आएगा. Yes or no? Yes or no बच्चों? पेंटागन तो HP पे ही आएगा. ठीक है. इसके लिए पेंटागन बिलो XY लाइन है. अब बिलो XY लाइन ही क्यों है? क्योंकि बिलो XY लाइन इज HP and above XY line is BP. That is the very first question what was being solved. दूसरा, सर पेंटागन ऐसे ही क्यों बनाए? Why not you are making a pentagon in this way? ऐसे क्यों नहीं बनाया? आपको कैसे पता चला कि पेंटागन ऐसे ही बनाना? Okay. So one thing, just keep it as a thumb rule. There are two methods to make the pentagon. Majorly 95% आपके ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स ही आएंगे जिसमें पेंटागन या तो ऐसे होगा या तो पेंटागन ऐसा होगा. मींस एक साइड आपका या तो राइट में होगा या तो लेफ्ट में होगा. ठीक है. नाउ तो ये दोनों ऑप्शन में आपको कैसे समझा कि यही बनाना है, ये क्यों नहीं बनाना? तो क्वेश्चन में एक और चीज लिखी हुई है, ये भी देखो. लिखा है ट्रायंगुलर फेस अपोजिट टू इट इंक्लाइंड. देखो फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट, ठीक है, फ्रॉम इट इज अ पिरामिड. ठीक है. तो सबको सेंटर से ज्वाइन करेंगे, है ना. सबको सेंटर से ज्वाइन करेंगे. तो हमको डायग्राम ऐसे बनाना है ना, इधर से इधर जाना है, इधर से इधर जाना है. ठीक है ना. सो ट्रायंगुलर फेस इसमें कहाँ दिख रहा है? यहाँ दिख रहा है. यस और नो बच्चों? ये देखो ट्रायंगुलर फेस दिख रहा है कि नहीं? यहाँ पे अगर मैंने ऐसे बना दिया होता, ठीक है, तो मेरा ट्रायंगुलर फेस तो यहाँ था, तो वो केस में मुझे ऐसे जाना पड़ता. आर यू गेटिंग इट? इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन? ठीक है. अच्छा, एक और थंब रूल, इतना आगे तक भी सोचने की जरूरत नहीं थी. एक थंब रूल देखो. अब ये पूरे डायग्राम में कॉर्नर किधर किधर? ये है कॉर्नर और ये है कॉर्नर. अब कॉर्नर ये भी है, दिस इज आल्सो द कॉर्नर, दिस इज आल्सो कॉर्नर, दिस इज आल्सो कॉर्नर, दिस इज आल्सो कॉर्नर. ये भी कॉर्नर, ये भी कॉर्नर, दिस इज कॉर्नर, दिस इज कॉर्नर. ठीक है, नो इश्यूज. बट वी आर ओनली टैकलिंग विद दीस टू ओरिएंटेशंस. सो जब भी कॉर्नर की बात हुई तो कॉर्नर आएगा राइट में. ठीक है. जब भी बेस एज की बात होगी तो बेस एज आएगा राइट में. इज इट क्लियर? यस जियान बोलो.
सर, अ पेंटागोनल पिरामिड हैज अ कॉर्नर ना, मतलब एक ही कॉर्नर एचपी पे है ना.
हाँ तो इसलिए तो बोल रहा हूँ एक ही कॉर्नर है, तो वो अभी आगे होगा. दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेज बच्चा. जो फाइनल स्टेज आएगा ना, ठीक है, जो फाइनल स्टेज आएगा, दैट फाइनल स्टेज विल बी कवरिंग ऑल द होल व्हाट यू से द होल डेटा. ठीक है. इट इज द मेथड टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट स्टेज टू सेकेंड स्टेज टू थर्ड स्टेज. ठीक है. तो जो फाइनल स्टेज होगा विल हैव ऑल द डेटा. इज इट क्लियर?
यस सर.
ओके. Anyone else has any doubt? Anyone else has any doubt? ये क्लियर हुआ? ये ऐसे ही क्यों बनाया, ये समझा एवरीवन? परफेक्ट. ठीक है. चलो तो हम अब आगे चलते हैं. सो पहले इसने ये बना दिया। अभी एक और इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट, व्हाट इज दैट? इट इज रिटन हियर पिरामिड। इन द केस ऑफ द पिरामिड बीच में सेंटर आता है ना, जो एपेक्स इसको कनेक्ट करेगा, इसको कनेक्ट करेगा, इसको कनेक्ट करेगा, इसको, ठीक है, लाइक दिस। तो वो कनेक्शन कब आएगा? जब पिरामिड होगा तब। प्रिज्म होगा तो ये कनेक्शन इनर का नहीं आएगा। सो दैट व्हाट वी विल बी सीइंग इन द केस नाउ फर्दर। तो देखो ये कनेक्ट कर दिया उसने, ठीक है। दिस इज द मेथड एक्चुअली टू फाइंड आउट हाउ टू कनेक्ट द सेंटर, ठीक है। तो वो सेंटर आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू दैट लेटर। अभी इसमें भी देखो ये एक गड़बड़ है। व्हाट इज दैट? नाउ ही इज if he is doing further then there is no issues, but abhi hi kar dena chahiye. What is that? He is supposed to connect all the points with this center. Can you tell me what is these lines represents? ये जो मैं अभी बना रहा हूँ, ये lines क्या represent करते हैं? कोई बता सकता है मुझे? Pentagon में what? Very good, Nishant, very good. These lines represent, नहीं, it is not representing a faces, it is representing a slant edge. Very good, Vinay, good, Yash. These all are representing a slant edge. Okay, Isha, it is all representing a slant edge. It is not representing a face. Okay, it is representing a slant edge. चलो अब आगे चलते हैं. What is given next? देखो, तो हमने सारे पॉइंट्स के प्रोजेक्शन ले लिए। 4 का ऊपर लिया, 5 का लिया, 1 का लिया। 1 and 2 इज ओवरलैपिंग, एंड देन हमने 3 and 5 इज ओवरलैपिंग, ठीक है। और हमने सेंटर का प्रोजेक्शन लिया, दैट इज योर एक्सिस। Center point projection we have taken, that is something which is said to be an axis. Now why it is axis? Because here it is mentioned that we have to mention the axis का 65 mm long, ठीक है बच्चों। देखो ध्यान से, कुछ समझा नहीं तो पूछो। So the question comes as how to find the center point. That center point I'll discuss when we'll draw the things. Okay, so draw करते समय बताऊंगा मैं आपको center कैसे define करते हैं. Why there is a line at center at point 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Okay. That will discuss. If you are talking about these lines and this line, then that will be discussing it. Right now, simply just follow the listen, understand the procedure. बना कैसे रहे? Okay. क्या बना रहे हैं and how to draw it, that we will be seeing it little later. Okay. So this axis is taken above. Now this 65 mm जो distance है बच्चों, that 65 mm distance is this one, starting from here till here, यहाँ तक, ठीक है. It is not from the center. So from the XY line, it is taken the 65 mm long. Okay. So we'll see further what is next. So this way, this, they have taken all the points above. Just have a look. They have taken all the points above. 1 is taken above as 1 dash, because VP में whatever comes is coming with the dash. So 1 dash. 2 is coming above, taken as 2 dash. ठीक है ना? And 3 is coming above as 3 dash. 5 is coming above as 5 dash. 4 is coming above as 4 dash. O is coming above as O dash. Small o is coming as small o dash. and see this distance is 65. Now this two are being connected. Okay, so the ये सब connect हो गए. When you see from here, this is the stage one. When you see when you see from here what I was talking about, यहाँ से देखोगे तो आपको ये point दिख रहा है, yes दिख रहा है, तो वहाँ से आप dark line कर दिया. ये point दिख रहा है, okay दिख रहा है, तो यहाँ से आपने dark line कर दिया. ये point दिख रहा है, yes दिख रहा है, तो यहाँ से भी dark line कर दिया. ये point नहीं दिख रहा है, but this point is overlapping with 3. So I have already explained you that hidden line is overlapping with a dark line. Hidden line is overlapping with a visible line. तो क्या बनाना है? Visible line. So that is something what is visible line mean. 1 dash नहीं दिख रहा है as it is overlapping with 2 itself. So 1 and 2 is overlapping. ठीक है? So hidden line and visible line is overlapping. So visible line आपको बनाना पड़ेगा. So with that your this stage 1 is getting completed. आगे देखते हैं क्या है next. These are the points which are able to see. You have to be connected to 0 O dash. Yes, you have to connect to O dash. Why is it so? Because these all are ground points. These all are base points. अब आपको apex को slant edge connect करना है ना, मयंक. अब आपको apex को slant edge connect करना है ना. That is why you are connecting it. These are the slant edges ना. ये तो slant edges है. देखो ऐसे लिखा हुआ है. तो slant edges आपको connect करना है इसको. चलो, no issues. So let's move further. What is the next part? Next part में देखो अभी एक चीज क्या दी हुई है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे थोड़ी देर रुक जाते हैं. Okay. Now you can see here. The question says what it says. A pentagonal pyramid has a corner on its base. See, this is one of the corner. ये corner था ना. यही एक corner था. वो corner देखो ये base पे आ गया. ठीक है, corner on HP with the triangular face opposite to it. इस कॉर्नर के सामने देखो एक ट्रायंगुलर फेस था. ये ट्रायंगुलर फेस है ना. गेटिंग इट? इस कॉर्नर के सामने ये ट्रायंगुलर फेस है. वो ट्रायंगुलर फेस हम किससे रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं? 1 2 O. सो 1 2 O मतलब ये लाइन इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग अ ट्रायंगुलर फेस. नाउ दैट विद द ट्रायंगुलर फेस अपोजिट टू इट इज इंक्लाइंड एट 30 डिग्री टू द HP. देखो 30 डिग्री HP पे इंक्लाइंड हो गया. Are you getting it? 30 डिग्री पे क्या हो गया? वो inclined हो गया. Now after then what is the next? So this inclination is being done and then we have completed this whole triangle. Okay, we have completed this whole triangle. After completing the whole triangle, what we are doing is next we are just trying to. Okay. So what we are doing is we are trying to project all the points down. So we have projected all the points down. Okay, we have projected all the points down. After then we will be taking all the points from here and will project it on the right side. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? All the points will be taking from here and will be projecting it on the right hand side. यहाँ पे right side में हम project कर देंगे. तो हम देखते हैं उसको कैसे project हो रहा है ये सब. देखो, this way it will be projected. Getting it? ये this is the way how it will be projected. अब projection के बाद what is the next thing? Projection के बाद you just be very careful. This one dash and this one, wherever they will meet, will become one. This 2 dash and 2, wherever they will meet, become 2. This 3 dash, sorry, this 3 dash and this 3, wherever they will meet, becomes 3. This 5 dash and 5, wherever they will meet, become 5. This 4 dash and 4, wherever they will meet, become 4. O dash and O gives you O. Capital O dash, capital O gives you O. You can see here, see how they are projecting the points. can see all the numberings. This is very important part, how it is being done. ये समझा सबको? इधर तक समझा सबको? Everyone, what is the distance between that dark black dot and 4 dash? That is random. That is random. Okay. If we'll talk about this distance, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का कितना distance है? That is random. Okay. Okay. Now moving further, ये देखो ये connect हो गया. Now this is very important part. अब देखो ये जो connect हुआ है, this is also very important part. What you have to do is, once you got all the points, you have to connect all the outer points first. आपको सारे outer points connect करने हैं पहले, ठीक है? सारे outer points dark से connect करने हैं. उसके बाद आपको क्या देखना है, ये देखो. उसके बाद आपको यहाँ से देखना है. आप नीचे बना रहे हो तो ऊपर से देखना है, अगर ऊपर बना रहे हो तो नीचे से देखना. देखते क्या देखना है, देखो. You are seeing from here that in front of you, you have one O ka line and two O ka line, isn't it? Yes or no? One O ka line and two O ka line. So यहाँ पे क्या करोगे? One O का line and two O का line will be made dark. ठीक है? One O and two O both are closest to the observer. So one O ka line and two O ka line will be made dark. Similarly, coming to 3O and 5O. So 3O ka line, this is already being moved. Okay. Now coming to next is your farthest point. Farthest point कौन है? 4. तो 4O का लाइन नहीं दिखेगा, ठीक है ना? ऊपर से 4O का लाइन नहीं दिखेगा, तो नहीं दिखेगा तो that will be created as a hidden line. उसको हम क्या बनाएंगे? Hidden line. So we'll see further. देखते हैं ये क्या हो रहा है. देखो ये farthest point था, 4 was farthest point. तो farthest point से associated whichever point will be there or whichever line will be there, वो सारे hidden होते चले जाएंगे. 4 से जो भी connect होगा, 4 से 3 connect हो, 4 से 5 connect हो, 4 से O connect हो, that all will be hidden. See, I hope it is clear. That completes your stage 2. Everyone, is it clear? Yeah, perfect. So few things are there that you have to just keep it in mind. We'll just have a solving of a numerical, so not to worry about it. So उसमें हम और अच्छे से समझेंगे. मैं sheet बनवाऊंगा ना इसका, तो when we'll be making a sheet, at that time we'll understand each and everything by drawing. ये जितना easy आपको लग रहा है, ये इतना easy draw होगा नहीं. So you have to draw करने के लिए भी it needs a tactics. So let's move further. So what we have done is, now we have done with this opposite to incline. ये खत्म हो गया हमारा, ये भी खत्म, ये this is that. Now this is the portion what we are supposed to make now. ये वाला क्या बोल रहे हैं next? And a slant edge within that triangular face inclined at 45 degree to VP. What was the triangular face we were discussing about? Triangular face was 1, 2 and O. है कि नहीं बच्चों? 1, 2, O was the triangular face. And 1, 2, O triangular face has two slant edges. 1O and 2O. ठीक है? ये जो triangular face है, उसको कितने slant edge हैं? 2 slant edges are there. एक 1O है और एक 2O है. It seems to be like a single line. Similarly here it seems to be like a single line, but when you see here 1O and 2O, these are two different lines, but यही दोनों में से किसी एक को slant edge within that triangular face, किसी एक line को 1O को या 2O को, you have to make it inclined at 45 degree to the VP. ठीक है? You have to make inclined at 45 degree to the VP. The next condition is, parallel to this, one more condition is that apex should be towards the observer. अपेक्स शुड बी टूवर्ड्स द ऑब्जर्वर। ठीक है, तो इसको थोड़ा सा ऐसे समझते हैं, प्रैक्टिकली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस नाउ। Whenever I'll tell you, let's take an example that this is the plane what we are having, ऐसे plane, ठीक है। Now suppose that you are keeping the cone ऐसे रखते हो and you are the observer, यहाँ पे आप observer। बच्चों मुझे एक चीज बताओ, right now apex is away from the observer, is close to the observer? Away from the observer. Very good, very good. People are able to understand. That's great. Whenever there is apex is away from the observer, at that time the apex is closer to the xy line. Yes or no? Whenever is apex is away from the observer, it is closest to xy line. But at the same time, if I do it ulta, ऐसे रख दो, so apex is closer to observer, then it will be away from xy line. Yes or no? Perfect. ये आप लिख लेना, you write it down somewhere. You write it down somewhere because this will something will be making you understand little more clearly. Whenever, note it down somewhere. Whenever apex is, whenever apex is, whenever apex is away from observer, whenever apex is away from observer, it is closest to, it is closest to xy line. It is closest to xy line. It is closest to xy line and vice versa. And vice versa. And vice versa. ये क्लियर है सबको? Everyone? Good. So let's come to that part only now. अब देखो आगे का पिक्चर देखो, ये 45 डिग्री बनाया, this line draw किया, this point I told you 1O या 2O, you can take it any, ठीक है? So this is the important part. 1O they have taken inclined, okay? 1O they have taken inclined. Now in that case 1O you have taken inclined, and you can see that the apex is away from the xy line. Away from xy line का मतलब towards the observer हो गया. Apex towards the observer का मतलब away from xy line हो गया काम. Is it clear? Now यहाँ पे ये दो लाइन क्या बनाया है, that we will be discussing it when we will be drawing actually this diagram. ठीक है? When we will be drawing this diagram, at that time we'll understand that what is this two things what is being drawn. ठीक है? Next is, once we have drawn this, we are going about, ये पूरा जो diagram है, ये पूरा diagram हमने यहीं से बनाया. ठीक है? ये पूरा diagram यहाँ से बनाया. Whatever is made here is being made it from here itself. पूरा measurements यहीं से लिया. All measurements is being taken and completely that same diagram is made here. Now what we have done next is we have taken a projections above, सारे point के projections इधर ऊपर लेंगे, and then the projection of these points will be taken here on the right side. You can see here this way. From here 1, तो यहाँ का 1, from here O, यहाँ का O, from here 3, from here 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, like that. All the points are slowly they are making it join. You can see here properly that how they are making it joint. Now here they have, you have to be very careful here that you have to check that outer points, all the outer points, first you have to make it dark. Same procedure, what I have told you. Outer points you have to make it dark. After then, what you have to do, just have a look. यहाँ से देखो. When you see from here, farthest point कौन सा है? तो farthest point आपका 1 है. तो 1 से associated whichever line will be, सब hidden हो जाएगा. See, this is hidden, this is hidden, and this is also hidden. ठीक है? When you see from here, the farthest से थोड़ा सा पास में कौन है? 5. 5 भी नहीं दिख रहा है. तो 5 से associated जितने line होंगे, वो भी hidden हो जाएंगे. So this one and this one hidden. Got it clear? Rest all are already connected, so not to worry about it. That completes your particular diagram. So is it clear, everyone? Anyone has any doubt related to this? Anyone has any doubt related to this? Only 2 farthest point will be hidden. Yes, only 2 farthest point will be hidden. Why is it so? Because if you talk about 2, the third farthest point is 2. Okay? But the 2 is coming in the outermost point. No? 2 कौन से point में आ रहा है? Outermost point में आ रहा है. तो outermost point में आ रहा है तो you are not supposed to see. ठीक है? You are not supposed to see because outermost point आपको already आपने क्या किया है? Dark line से connect कर दिया है. Getting it? Next is your 3. 3 is closest to you. 4 is also closest. So rest all are close to the observer. Yeah, anyone has any doubt related to this, they can ask. Anyone has any doubt related to this, they can ask, please. Yes, explain stage 3 again. Okay. For that, we will be going a little back. So stage 3 is basically the triangular face containing that edge. So what are the 2 edges? So triangular face we were having here in the form of 1, 2 and O, which was 1, 2, O, which was 1, 2, O here and 1, O, 2, O. So here the 1, O is the slant edge and 2, O is the slant edge. You can take any of these 2, either this one or this one. Any of these 2 you can take it, and that can be made inclined at 45 degree to the VP. So what we are making is 45 degree to the VP. चलो मैं वो पार्ट भी बता देता हूँ आपको जो एक्चुअली इंक्लाइन क्या दिया है वो. तो 45 डिग्री हमने लाइन ड्रॉ कर दिया. अब क्वेश्चन देखो, एक और चीज दिया हुआ है. क्या दिया है क्वेश्चन में? क्वेश्चन में बोला है स्लैंट एज व्हिच वाज बीइंग देयर विद द ट्रायंगुलर फेस. सो जो ट्रायंगुलर फेस ये था, उसमें स्लैंट एज ये था, उसमें स्लैंट एज ये था. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो स्लैंट एज 1, 2, O है और यहाँ पे जो 1, O या 2, O है, आर दे ऑफ अ सेम मेजरमेंट? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? ये दोनों सेम मेजरमेंट का है क्या? कैन एनीवन टेल मी, आर दे बोथ 1, O, 2, O आर सेम, हैविंग सेम मेजरमेंट एज 1, this line? ये लाइन का मेजरमेंट एंड ये दोनों लाइन का मेजरमेंट क्या सेम है? नो, इट इज नॉट. क्यों सेम नहीं है? बताता हूं. And in a lines you might have heard about inclined line. If it is there in a front view, so आप नीचे उसको प्रोजेक्ट करते थे तो वो प्लान लेंथ बन जाता था. गॉट इट ना? दैट मीन्स जो ये मेजरमेंट था, क्या ये मेजरमेंट है? नो, That is one. Second, the second question can come कि सर यहाँ पे वो यहाँ पे तो ये straight line था, लेकिन यहाँ पे incline line है, तो it might be the same measurement, but again no. Why is it so? Because देखो ये जो O है और ये जो 1 2 है, ये दोनों shrink हो गए ना. The total figure has been shrinked or not? The total figure is being having an apparent size ना. ये पूरे फिगर को apparent size मिल गया ना. Yes or no? Once again repeating. सुनो वापस से. What I am trying to say that do you feel that 1O, this 1O 2O is having a similar length as 1 dash O and 2 dash O? ये same length है क्या दोनों? This length and this length, ये दोनों? नहीं, it is not same length. Correct. अच्छा, मुझे एक और चीज बताओ. अभी ये लेंथ जो है और ये लेंथ जो है, क्या ये सेम है? यस, दैट इज करेक्ट. ठीक है, तो ये लेंथ और ये लेंथ सेम है, लेकिन दिस लेंथ एंड दिस लेंथ इज नॉट सेम. ठीक है, वेरी. सो in the question they are talking about the true length of the slant edge. They are talking about the true length of the slant edge. ठीक है, they are talking about the true length of the slant edge. But when you take this figure here, so you will not be taking a true length, so answer हो जाएगा गलत. ठीक है, if you are taking this values directly here, then your answer will become wrong. ठीक है, so for that purpose what they have done is they have wait a minute. For that purpose what they have done is they have placed a point and then this is your slant length. ये slant length, ये वाली slant length कौन सी है? तो ये वाली slant length ये दिया है, 1O का distance लिया which is similar to this, 1O का 1 dash O dash का distance लिया and then this is being marked. What is this distance? ये random दिया है. ठीक है, this distance is random. ये mark कर दिया. Mark करने के बाद now you have to create this picture here. तो अब आपको ये distance लेना पड़ेगा, 1O या 2O लेना पड़ेगा. तो for that 1O or 2O, as you are already aware that this is something which becomes a top view ना. अब ये तो top view बन गया. Yes or no? This becomes a top view ना. Yes or no students? This is just a top view ना, isn't it? ये तो top view है. या अब हम थोड़ा लाइन के कॉन्सेप्ट में आ जाते हैं. लाइन के कॉन्सेप्ट में आपने क्या किया था? लाइन के कॉन्सेप्ट में आपने a dash b dash ये लिया and then after that like this and then you have marked it b2. आपने b2 मार्क किया था यहाँ पे, करेक्ट है, ये b2 मार्क किया था जो कि ट्रू लेंथ था. Then what you have done is you have marked a top view. ये top view था जो कि आपका B था. So what you have done? You have made a locus line and on the same locus line you have marked the point. Similar way, this is the true length and the point what it will be marked here will be the top view. वो उसका क्या होगा? Top view, जो कि यहाँ पर है, जो कि ये जो points है ना, ये वाले पॉइंट वो सब यहाँ मार्क होंगे. तो लेट्स सी हाउ इट लुक्स लाइक. सो इन दैट केस यहाँ पे देखो उन्होंने क्या किया. ये देखो दे हैव दिस इज द थिंग व्हाट दे हैव मार्क्ड इट एज अ टॉप व्यू लेंथ. टॉप व्यू लेंथ कौन सा है? 1O या 2O. सो हियर दे हैव टेकन 1O. someone if they are taking 2O that is also fine. So top view length. फिर ये आगे का प्रोसीजर will be taken from here itself. Complete distance this distances will be taken from here itself. So ये पूरा complete होगा. In that, I have already told to you about the apex, how the apex is towards the observer and why it is coming down. So that is the message which is being creating here, and then it is being taken above. All the points are being taken above, and the common points are being marked. And then we are connecting the outer points of it, and then we are checking from here the farthest point associated to that point, whatever the line will be taken as hidden. Similarly, the second farthest point, which is 5, उससे भी associated जितने line है वो भी hidden हो जाएंगे, ठीक है? And after then 2, the third farthest point is 2, but the 2 is coming in the outermost point, means from there onwards everything will be seen. I hope it is clear to all. Everyone? Everyone, is it clear? Yeah, anyone has any doubt in any specific places, please let me know. Yes, anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Yes. You have to make a horizontal line from black point and mark O on that line. Yes, you have to mark O on that line. Correct. That procedure I'll explain you while doing the numerical. मैं numerical कराऊंगा तो तभी explain करूंगा वापस. Not to worry about it. ठीक है. Anyone else has any doubt? The case of understanding. Yes, come on. Yes, students. Okay. Okay, so for that, then we'll move further. Moving further, this is the case. Draw the front view and top view of a square pyramid, side of base 30 and axis 45, with its axis parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, and the base edge equally inclined to HP. Okay. Square pyramid, you have to draw the front view and top view of it, so that the axis height is 45, with its axis parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Okay. Let me check if the solution is given, it is fine, otherwise we have to draw it. Okay. So देखो करना कैसे देखो. It is a single stage, actually it is just a practice problem. So अभी आपको समझना कैसे देखो. First we'll make the xy. Okay. We are making an xy. Now we have to draw front view and top view simply of a square pyramid, side of base 30, axis side this, with its axis parallel to HP. बच्चों. What is the case when we'll be having this? These two things. Axis parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Can anyone tell me? Is it like this? Yes or no? It is perpendicular to VP and it is parallel. Yes or no? Yeah. So the if I'm seeing as an observer, then what I'll be getting is I'll be getting in this way. I'll show you this. Axis will be seems to be like a point in the case of a front view, isn't it? In the case of a front view, axis will be seems to be like a point or not? Yes or no? It would be seems to be like a point, okay, na? And perpendicular to HP. That is one thing. Second, base edge is equally inclined to HP. Now see, यहाँ पे देखो करना क्या है. आपको स्क्वायर पिरामिड ऐसे बनाना है. आपको स्क्वायर बेसिकली पहले स्क्वायर बनाना है. अब ये स्क्वायर का इक्वल इंक्लिनेशन हो गया इधर. इक्वल इंक्लिनेशन मतलब कितना हुआ 45 डिग्री 45 डिग्री 45 डिग्री का इक्वल इंक्लिनेशन ठीक है एंड इट इज पिरामिड ना तो व्हाट विल हैपन ये इसको कनेक्ट हो जाएगा और ये इसको yes or no students so what I expect is please start drawing this just have a drawing of the same everyone make the xy line and then make a square make the xy line and then make a square in the same way how it is being shown come on everyone just make it fast due to the network issue might be got disconnected for a while but now it is fine so everyone just draw it in the same pattern what I've told you right now you have to draw first the xy line first draw the xy line and after then make the square okay square in such a way that it seems to be like having 45-degree inclination at both the ends. So have you drawn on? Yes, everyone. Just making it every time and then yeah, perfect. So just making it every time and then the disconnection happens and this goes. So just make it very fast. And all I've made it see to it that the square what you are making should be 45-degree inclined from both the ends. So 45-degree in the sense I'm talking about this end and this end. It should be 45 degree. Okay. What to do next is yeah, side length of a square is it is given now already. It is given, right? So you follow that and after then you have to just mention this as 1. This I'm keeping as 2. This as 3 and this is 4. Okay. You have to make a light line and accordingly you make it. As it is above x1 line, so you have to make a dash because VP is above, so dash. Okay. After then, what you will do is, or you make it everything light. I'll tell you at the last that what are the things you have to make it dark. Okay, make everything light. Okay. After then, what you do is, you just take the projections down. Take the projections down So only two projections gonna be coming. So only two projections gonna be coming. So this and this one, right? So two projections will be coming. The projections what you are getting here is your, I'll write it as 1. And here what I'm getting it as 3. Okay. Here what I'll do is I'll just write down the projection as 2 and okay. For the projection, front view, top view of a square pyramid, side of this, axis height with its axis parallel to and perpendicular, such that the base edge equally inclined. Okay. As it is in the question, they have not mentioned about that the square pyramid is being touching the HP. So if someone is making in this way, that is also correct. किसी ने अगर ऐसे ही बना दिया इतना इतना ऊपर से बना दिया तो भी चलेगा, because they have not mentioned anything related to like any of its corner is touching the HP, so they can take it from above as well. ये भी चलेगा, both the conditions are correct. ठीक है. So in this case मैं दोनों बना देता हूँ. So that either you can go with this or this. No, both are correct. As it is not mentioned, you are not supposed to can go in any way. Okay. And here I am taking it as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, and this taken as 4 dash. Similarly here 1, this is 2 and 4, and this is 3. So that is something what we are having for the case when we are drawing the such type of figures. Now students, what you have to do next is you have to so I'll just show you this for this one. We'll take the projections, we'll take the projection here from here till here. Okay. And then we'll make the axis height. The axis height you are supposed to make. Axis height is how much? That is 45. So we'll make the axis height. I'm sorry. Yeah, so in this way, the particular distance is the axis height, which is your 45. So you'll be making it 45, and once you are making it 45, you just connect these two lines. Okay, connect these two lines. So that will be basically what it will create. It will create the slant edges. Now in this particular zone, what is shown? देखो ये capital O ले लिया मैंने और ये small O ले लिया. This is also dash and this is also dash. Now what I'll do in this case is I'll just make the, what do you say? Oh, sorry. I'll just make the axis height. So from here, I'll just take the axis height. So let's take this as axis height, what is 45. And then from here, I'll just connect this with this one. Yeah. And from here, I'll just connect with this one. Okay. And this will be my base. Yes. So this is the way what you have to follow, and you have to give the naming. So here what I'll give is This I'll give it as small or capital or whatever you want to. This is the capital and this is the small what you are giving it. So that is the diagram what we are having. And now the question is what are the things we have to make it dark and what are the things we have to make it light. So I'll just show you here. So this portion you make it dark in both the cases. In both the cases it will appear the same. Yeah. So this portion you make it dark. This portion also you have to make it dark. Okay. So these all things are being mentioned. Yeah, EAB dark, EAB dark, and this is also to be made. So this much portion, what is shown in a pink color, will be made as a dark portion. Okay. So that completes your diagram for this particular thing. You can, if you are making it in this way, then it will just show slightly that you are making it 45. Slightly mention it. But the letters will be all with this medium data. Letters and numbers, whatever you are giving, should be medium dark. Even though I'm just writing right now in a pink color, but you just show it in a medium dark. So, is it clear? Anyone has any doubt related to this? Yep. Anyone? Sir, O length is 45. Yes. Yeah, correct. This length is basically 45. Yeah, true. This is 45. So, yeah. Anyone is facing any doubt anyway? Yes. Perfect. Good. So I think so you have done with this part. And for you, there will be, I think so there will be a next question that is considered to be this is the data. And what I'll do is I'll just now erase the diagram. I'll just erase my diagram so that you take a screenshot if you want to, and later on you can make it if anyone feeling problem in this. Don't make both the things, sir. Don't make both the things. Either you do this or this. Okay. Whichever you want to, you can do it. Don't make both the things. Sir, दोनों बनाते तो हम भी दोनों बनाते. Don't make both the things. The question is completed. Yes, yes, it is completed because here it is only talking about front view and top view, right? So this is the front view and this is the top view. Okay, base edges are equally inclined. So yes, it is inclined, equally inclined. Perpendicular to VP. What is axis is parallel and perpendicular to VP? So yes, axis is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Okay, parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. So everything is mentioned in this. So not to get very shocked that acha itna hi tha. So such type of question can come in your exam that okay, this is something what is to understand your understanding whether you understood the concept or not. So that is the concept. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just erase this now. You might have taken the screenshot of the same. So yeah. Now I expect that this is the data which is given. Okay, this is the thing what you will be drawing, students. ये आपको draw करना है, dark क्या करना है. Oh. Now Tina, I have already left and this deleted everything. So you just go through the video. All the things are being mentioned. जो भी pink color में था वो dark करना था. Okay. So this is the question what you'll be having for an homework. So this you try it by your own. And next time when we'll be meeting at that time, that is fine. Next time when we'll be meeting, I'll explain you. We will draw a sheet problem, and in that sheet problem, we'll practice all the type of projection of solids. Okay? So projection of solids, हम उसमें सारे practice कर लेंगे. So this is the problem what we'll be doing by your own. Okay, students, everyone. हाँ, right now today only you will be getting it. Yes, recording मिल जाएगा इसका. Yes. So the you all everyone I'm just expecting just wait a minute. I'll just stop the share and then we'll talk. this is the question, and this is the PDF also will be shared to you in the GC. So yeah. So with this, I hope this is 351. So yeah. So